to know the keeper of the well. I was dry, like a hot barren desert. Nothing else could satisfy this thirst in me. Quite like a dream of cool, clear water. And the keeper of the well is giving living water free. I've been drawing water, refreshing water, from the mighty well of salvation, opened up in the house of David, the rich and the poor, the feeble and the children, meet at the well